This is one that people probably won't make. But if we were on a beach in Spain, people would watch it and be like, wow. I also think it's probably a fun one to watch.
Yeah. Totally.
Like if you just get shots of it. Wagwan, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my garden. As you can see, we've got a big fire lit. Now, I know it's grey out, but I'm gonna show you a dish that takes me back to the first time that I ever went to Spain. So today we're doing espeto, which is sardines on a stick, cooked by a live fire. So traditionally in Spain, you'd have a big, large metal boat that was filled with sand, and on the back side of the boat, you'd have an open fire with a mesh over it. And basically, you order any fish, they stick it on a stick, it goes into the sand, and it's cooked indirectly by the flames. My first experience was my girlfriend's dad said that the first thing you have to eat when you come to Spain, especially Malaga, is espetos. And I remember sat on the seafront with my chair dug into the sand because I'm a heavier guy. Watched the guy make them and fell in love there and then. But it's one of those things for me that takes me instantly back to that place, that moment and that time. And it's one that's a bit niche, but if you can get your hands on these and some fucking top quality sardines, you won't regret it. I've got this double drum barbecue that I've kind of replicated what the same way the Spaniards do it. So I've got a bit of sand in my grill. I've got some oak wood burning. They'd normally use fig or olive in Spain. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our sticks on this side with a fish on, and we're gonna let this heat here slowly grill the fish and render out all the fat, make them nice and crispy, and we're gonna imagine for one day and one day only that we're on holiday. Enough talking, let me show you how to do it. Follow me again to the office. Welcome. So in Spanish, this is an espeto, right? The entire name of the dish isn't espeto, it's what goes on the stick, yeah? So if you go to a Spanish beach and you say you want espeto, it can be bream, squid, monkfish, whatever you want, go on a stick and it'll be grilled by live fire. So today we're gonna do some beautiful sardines, like fresh as fuck sardines that were, I reckon, swimming around this morning, and the guys at Bethel Green Fish scaled and gutted them for me. And we're basically gonna weave them onto this stick and then cook them. Now, what's important is that, like bamboo skewers, these have to be wet. Otherwise, you put them in the fire, and like this one that I learnt the hard way, burnt. So, first thing we're gonna do, I spoke to a little man in Spain who I bought these off. He said to me the trick was you have to weave the fish. So it's one on the right side of its spine, one on the left side of its spine. I don't know why, it probably helps them from stop slipping. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go straight on like that, yeah? So I've got one up, one under. This next one's under. No, this one's over. So I'm gonna go over the spine, stick it in there. I'm gonna put, how many sardines we've got? 2, 4, 6, 7. We'll put one more on here. And that's number 1, yeah? This is one of those dishes that means a lot to me because the man who showed it to me, my girlfriend's dad, who unfortunately isn't with us anymore, said the first time I came out to Spain, he was like, the first thing we need to eat while you're here is espetos on the beach. And it was a beautiful night. We drank and sat white wine, had chats about life, just in front of a fire, us and the family, ate some fish. And it's just one of those dishes, one of those nights that I'll never forget. And it's just something that I thought I'd share with everyone, because I don't know how many people have seen this. That's all the prep done. Fish on sticks. That's it, yeah? Just, it doesn't get any better than like super quality fish, simple ingredients. Now, I know sardines are an oily fish, But I always like to apply a little bit of food lube, just like so, on both sides. Now again, although this is something that I ate in Spain, I'm not trying to recreate the traditional, the originals that you have. I'm just doing what I like to eat and how I'd like to eat it. So traditionally these are just served on a plate. I'm going to do a little parsley sauce, which is probably a no from the Spaniards, but we're in my back garden in London and no one can tell me anything. So salt, fish and salt love each other. In Spain they use really coarse rock salt and it just makes the skin that little bit crunchier, that little bit saltier. Unfortunately the weather's not on our side. It would have been great if it was a beautiful sunny day today, but it doesn't mean that you can't go outside and just smash out a beautiful dish. Now, I'm going to take these to the barbecue. So we're going to get these bad boys stuck in a bit of sand. Now the sand's there to stop our sticks from burning, right? Because the heat isn't allowed to penetrate. I'm going to take our second one, and it's a bit of a juggling act, but good things take time, right? And we're just going to let these tick over, turning them, looking at them, watching them, swapping them over, and we're just going to make sure that they slowly crisp up and render out. And already we're starting to get a slight curl from where the fish are attracted to the heat and they're starting to curl up. And we're just going to keep watching them. And they're going to be delicious. We're practically on holiday. Cooking espetos, right? Normally I'd grill fish hard and fast. I want crispy skin and I want delicate fish on the inside. But cooking these, right, you need to rethink your cooking sauce and your heat source. So if I put my hand here, I've got a free count. Now, sardines are quite an oily fish, so we want to bleed all those flavors out. And now if this fish bleeds its oil onto this fish and then onto this fish, we're creating like a confy, fishy, sticky, deliciousy, fishy, whatever. But you want it to tick slowly. It's not hard and fast. They'll probably take anywhere between 10, 15 minutes aside. Now, if you feel like your fish is cooking but you're not getting enough color, obviously move a log over or move your fish one step closer to your grill. It's all about judging the heat source and watching the way the fish reacts. So if you look at this one, I'm starting to get little gold spots. Who's doing fireworks at 4 in the afternoon? So here, just here, that little gold spot is what we want all of our sardines to look like. We want it to be delicate fish on the inside and really crispy skin on the outside. The sky's almost blue as well, over there. Right, grab me a glass of water, babes. I'm parched, man. just let it do its thing. I mean, just it's so fucking. What's another word for caveman that isn't sexist? Right, so the sardines are slowly ticking over. We're about 2 minutes off. We're gonna make a little sauce to pour over the top. Now in Spain, they wouldn't make a sauce. And yes, they're beautiful quality fish and they're great, but I just feel like it needs a little Hassan touch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut out this parsley and we're basically just gonna make a smashed parsley, garlic, red wine vinegar dressing to pour over the top. Once they've come out and they're still sizzling, we're gonna go on top with the sauce. So I'm just gonna get my parsley to a point where I can start to break it down in the pestle and mortar, which is about there. So now, pull our pestle and mortar over. This is an essential piece of kit. If you don't have one, go buy one. Amazon, I got this from. It's about 15 quid and they last a lifetime. They're great for everything. You can't make a Thai green curry without a pestle and mortar. You can't break herbs. Like if you put herbs in a NutriBullet, you've just made like fennel dust and no one wants fennel dust. So we're gonna go in with a clove of garlic, a pinch of salt. We're gonna break that down just till it goes nice and sticky, like that. Then I'm going to add our parsley. I'm going to break that down as well. Now, that's all come together. We're going to add a little glug of red wine vinegar and it's going to make the colour pop on this parsley. It's going to go nice bright and red. I'm going to give it a swirl. Just like so. And then to make this a more saucy consistency, nice glug of some really nice olive oil, like that. Sardines are looking very good. Sauce is together. Now I know that part of the dish that goes on the grill, it's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a bit of a long thing. Yeah, you've got to buy sand, you've got to find sticks. I've put a brick in, I've bought logs. But when you've only got to smash some stuff in a pestle and mortar, and those are so good, it just makes sense. So, I'm gonna go a little bit more. Touch, like that. And I'm gonna pull my sardines off. We're gonna go straight onto a plate. Sauce on top. Check the seasoning. Little pinch of salt. That's done. Job's a good one. Now, let's go over to the grill, get the sardines off, get them on a plate, and eat them while they're hot and delicious. They're all cooked beautifully. They're starting to drip on this plate here. And we're just going to take them off the skewer. There's one. There's your second one. Third one. The fourth one. And then this very crispy one on the bottom. A little wipe up. Seagulls are out, they can smell the sardines. Now, all we need to do, they're ready and waiting, you can hear them. We're gonna take this sauce and we're just gonna go A nice drizzle. Fuck, man, I smell that. It does smell good, doesn't it? So once your green sauce hits your really hot sardines, the flavour's perfume, you can smell it in the air. I can smell acid, I can smell the sea, there's a salty vibe. I just want to eat them, please. Can I eat them? Cool, let's eat them. I'm gonna go on a hand job. Just like that, look. A beautifully cooked sardine that's slowly going to make its way to my mouth. Sexual. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But for me, the most basic recipes, one, are the hardest to execute and get right, but when they're done properly, they fucking slap. And this is one of them. This is a slapper. Yeah, top slapper. Just me, cameraman, some seagulls. Just gonna have a good time. Over and out. Me, big Hass, greasy fingers, nice food, safe.